seen the emblem, the circle with the cut in half with the two eyeballs and shit like that. So he definitely breaking the internet. He breaking the game and shit like that. Any other opening remarks before we get into this review?
Nah, I really got nothing, bro. I'm ready to dive into
Okay,
it.
bet that.
See what it's looking like, bro. But for sure, yeah. Well, matter of fact, yeah.
Mm.
Bro, just want to double back on what you said as far as Deadpool is iconic. Like, you don't even got to be the biggest Marvel fan to know about Deadpool. Like, I'm pretty sure people like you like the average person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they know, they recognize his logo and they know who he is. So yeah, I'm definitely hyped to see this stuff.
Hell yeah. The only thing I will say also before that is him breaking the game. This Marvel Rivals community is pretty interesting. So I'm interested to see how it is. But I'm gonna see exactly his moves because I'm hearing a little bit of stuff, but I haven't seen everything. So let's get into it.
Pew, 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 pew. Ah.
Hold on, my fault. I feel like the screen wasn't like full.
Heads up, losers!
Sheesh.
A game within a game. How meta. Thank goodness this book has pictures. In your face, goodbye! I'll take my paycheck now.
Better stop that vehicle!
Is it teddy bear
You really
grenade?
said it. It's a pool party!
Oh, wait a second. Go back.
Oh, look at all the little witties! Say cheese! Sucks to be you!
Only 60 seconds left!
I can't perform under that kind of pressure. Let's get this game show on the road.
Hey,
What are you waiting at?
now what game mode is this?
Well, are we taking them down or not? It's Deadpool time, kiddos. Let's go. Come on over. Daddy DP will heal you up. You're lucky I programmed my sword to heal. Now get to slicing. With me on the front lines, we can't lose. Flushy power!
What?
Don't blow this for me, okay? My work here is done!
Okay, they ain't really explained the kill all the way. It looked like in Deadpool fashion. Any like first thoughts?
That I'm matter of fact, I'm glad you paused it right
Yep.
there, bro. Cause this right here,
OD.
this is crazy, bro. Like I already knew they were gonna have like some fourth wall breaking stuff. Cause I mean that's obviously Deadpool's niche. You figured me, but this right here is just like this might be the most Marvel Rivals has ever cooked up as far as creativity, and they're very creative. But I'm kind of speechless with this one, bro. I'm just looking at this in awe. Like,
Mm,
what is this?
yeah,
Four,
bro.
five, six, seven different like potential. I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here.
Gameplay
But this,
styles.
yeah, like I'm assuming he can change like his like whatever the keybind is. So
Mm-hmm.
like let's say because I see left click, all of these are left clicks. Oh no,
Some
he
right.
got two left clicks, two right clicks,
Q E
and
Q.
E and QQ. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, I'm not on PC, so I don't know what
That
I
might
don't
be
know what
like a
those
left
controls
bumper or
are.
some shit like that. Right. L2 or something like that. I don't know. It'll be some
Yeah,
button, yeah, that'll translate to controller for console, but yeah, I mean, he got a nice little kit here from the beginning, and like you said, the innovation is insane for this type of character. They did right. They didn't just half-ass it, give him three abilities, and give him a sword and a gun. They kind of made him who he really kind of is for this universe. Now, I do got questions on how this work. Like, is this after you wipe a team? Like, how can you? When do you pull this up? When is it safe to pull this up?
yeah. So from what it looks like. I noticed there's like a small little Deadpool bar underneath of his health. You can't see it right. Can you see it right there? I
Let me
don't
see
think
it. I'm
so.
gonna try to mute it and let it play for a little bit to see if it pop up when he was playing. But maybe it says, yeah, I see it right there. It says F to
Yeah.
upgrade, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I think it has to deal with that Deadpool bar. And that's literally off of me just, paying mad close attention to the gameplay. But I think the more you build that up, then that's when you can actually use those upgrades. So I
Oh,
don't think
see,
it'll be too OP.
that's what I was saying. Like, you see how he walking? He might not like. Are you damage immune when it happens? Because I was saying like the game is so hectic, right? Like if you doing convergence or domination, when you have time to pull out a comic book, which is dope because Marvel Rivals is his own comic now. Marvel was started off as comics and do it, but it looked like everybody's still fighting, and he good to go. I don't know if it's gonna be like that or you if you
Yeah.
yeah go ahead.
I don't know if they're catfishing us with that or not, bro. They could be fake baiting us with that, and that might not be exactly how it goes.
Mm,
Or that could be like, what we really see. And in that mode, he may be like impervious to damage or CC or whatever. So I think we'll just have to see that in game. But
yeah.
even that shot right there, that one had me very concerned. But it might be just like a parry or something, but I don't think he should have a regular. Well, then again, Iron Fist, regular parry, you can parry alts, and Blade is
Mm.
not nowhere near as good as Iron Fist parry. But if that's a parry, that's insane, bro.
Yeah, that's his OD. I think. Well, one thing Rivals is good is dropping characters that break the game. Well, Rogue didn't, but I feel like Gambit and Daredevil definitely did numbers on the community or just even changing the gameplay and the dynamic. I can't really even wrap my head around like I think, and they say you level up faster pretty much off of the creativity that you do is what I was hearing. So it's like it's so many ways to play this character. Like I can't really say too much, but I think that it's gonna be dope. I think we're gonna see like people going to was complaining about triple support. We about to get quadruple support now. Like what are we about to? What is about to happen? Like what is about to be the meta? Like how is people about to use this character? Honestly, cause he got so much shit that I want to use him, but I'm even scared to even touch it. Like they could have really just melded in and just went gun and swords. Like they didn't have to pull the plushies up and all and do it all like that. So that's what I got on Deadpool. Is there anything
Yeah,
else you
man.
see?
I definitely agree with you as far as I'm kind of scared to touch him myself. No Diddy, just because
Pause.
it's like,
Yeah.
just because it's like, I know we thought the Rogue's kit looked complex
Mm.
upon like initial like viewing and everything, but this one, there's no way the Deadpool's kit isn't complex because Rogue actually wasn't complex. I kind of mastered her after like maybe like 10 games in a row of running her. I'm not gonna say mastered, but I figured her kid
Figure it
out
out.
after
Yeah.
about 10 games.
Mm.
Well, as opposed to Deadpool, he has so much in his arsenal, so many different keybinds and everything like that. It's just I
Yeah.
don't know, man. I'm not even thinking about touching Deadpool, bro. Like I'll just maybe if I get lucky and get a bot lobby, but I'm
Yeah.
also wondering where his character slot's going to be if he could play all three positions.
Right.
Where is he going to be at? Because then that also varies. Because I don't know how I'm gonna be able to insta lock him in that bot lobby. But overall, when it comes to just my overall opinion on Deadpool, 1,000%, he's gonna break the game. 1,000%, I feel as if he was meant to break the game. And the other thing that I saw that I wanted to touch up on as well, the last thing I'll really say in regards to Deadpool is allegedly the developers said that Deadpool will be the only character they ever drop that can play all three roles. So they said that's only Deadpool. He's a one of a kind. He's the only one that can do it.
I hope
So
so.
I'm hoping they don't continue that with anybody else. Like it would be nice, but I could see if they focused on that, then it would take away from a lot of the focus where it needs to go elsewhere within the game. Because then that's a lot of effort and craft they have to put into a single character's kit rather than like putting that into balancing and patches, nerfs, etc. So that's
Yeah.
it.
It do seem like a lot of work, and I hope they do. Like you said, I think that's a great point to end it off. I do hope that they don't do it like that again, because it's the point of a team hero shooter. But then again, now think about it. Like maybe that might be the answer to this community, or maybe hero shooters sometimes. Who knows? Maybe they need to make one where you could do everything, right? Like, you know, when you play 2K or something like that, everybody want to make it. Everybody, it was a point where you could do everything on 2K, and then they had it to a point where they had like certain roles. But it's always super fun if you played around like 15 times before that, and you could actually be an NBA superstar and do all the other stuff. That's kind of how I feel about Rivals. Like, well, we know these characters are OP, right? But they kind of capped by the kid, which is the point. But the game with the dynamic would change. Maybe if they did it with everybody, it's like, oh, you know how people throw the game when it's like, oh, you didn't lock the right support or did this or did that. Like, I'm glad that he's unique because he's Deadpool. But if they did do that, I wouldn't be mad too much. Or I wanted to see a test route, maybe a game mode or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's my ending thoughts on that. So hopefully the game developers tell me something nice in this season 6 update. It's seeming like with that character drop that they on a good foot. That map also looked amazing too in the last video. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where it was at. I think I seen Cosmo the space dog in that joint or something like that. But before the video start, what character would you want to see buff the most? Characters would you want to see buff the most? What characters you want to see nerfed? And I guess we're gonna get Deadpool's kit explained to us in this update.
All right, cool. Yeah, so the characters that I want to see nerfed the most, I feel like that's pretty easy to start with that first. Who desperately needs a nerf? Off rip, Daredevil,
Ooh.
Gambit,
Ooh.
and who could I put for number 3? Those are like the two off rip. Honestly, I don't even want to say Invis because I feel like Invis's buff made healers actually good again. Not good again, but like not as if healers were bad, but in regards to the community,
Yes.
healers are bad.
Yes.
Not the actual healers and their kits themselves. Just had to elaborate that.
Yeah.
But with Invis's buff, I rarely ever got a bad Invis on my team because her buff was that good. But I guess I'll just stick with the two of them needing to be nerfed for now. And as far as buff, who needs a buff? Desperately. I just got him on Lord, and I couldn't agree anymore with all the chatter I've been seeing on TikTok and Twitter as well in regards to the Hawk community.
Oh my God, bro.
Bro, Hawk needs a buff so bad, bro. And it's not even really like, I say he probably needs a rework.
I was ready to say
bro.
that.
Like,
Fuck a buff. Because he got 3 moves in his kit. He a season 0 character. So all the new, even some of the characters that he had before, like, he just don't have enough tools. The shield bubble's not enough. They don't reach far enough. I hope they address the CC immunity. Like, he's the Hawk. Who the hell is throwing this man around so easily? Like,
yeah, bro, that was my bad. What'd you say, bro?
yeah, so it was stunning him. I was kind of done after that, but no, you're right. I kind of hijacked your segment, but that was my first ever lore, but I haven't been able to touch him since like season 1, maybe 2 at the most. Like, because he's just like, bro, what's the point? Like, he doesn't have enough to compete in this game. And then you add Deadpool that can do all this shit. So you got Hawk with 3 moves. Like, come on, bro. This is the strongest Avenger. This is the strongest hero. Earth Mightiest hero right here. Like, what we doing?
Yeah, man. Like the further into my Lord grind with Hawk, I really realized how underwhelming he was, and it was upsetting, man. Like, especially as a above average or really even average Marvel fan, knowing like how powerful Hawk is in the comics and all these stories where he's so strong, and then you load up into a Rivals game and you're getting CC'd every 0.5 seconds. Like, and don't even get me started if you go into Monster Hawk form. That's his ult is useless, bro. Do you feel like that's like how I don't understand how the Hawk's ultimate is useless because you will just get CC nonstop until you are knocked out of your Monster Hawk form, and then your Bruce Banner, then you're dead. You're done. Like the Hawk, he was just truly a joke last season. That's very sad to see, man. So he desperately needs a buff. And let me see who else. I'm gonna think of a healer. For healer, honestly, I'll say Warlock, bro, because
Yeah.
I wanted to play Warlock last season with that new, I don't know what the skin is
Is
called,
it
but
Magus,
his
the purple
evil.
skin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep, Magus. That skin had me wanting to play Warlock. And I started to, and he's cool. But the minute I went Warlock, I got matched up against a Black Panther and got completely pooped on, bro.
Oh
I
yeah.
couldn't do anything. Like if you get dove on Warlock, he has no movement and he can fly in the universe, but he has no movement. He has no escapism. He can't do anything to protect himself.
Yeah. The survivability is
So
completely ass. I would say that.
so bad.
And well, I just don't know. Maybe I don't know Manus Kid enough like that. But I feel like every time I do try her, because I try to go venture out my strategist and try to make it wide range if I get into different situations. I just feel like she's on the overwhelming. Like maybe her ult need a buff. I don't know. I feel like I'm shitting on enemy matches. I just don't. She don't feel like a threat to me unless she's a triple support comp. She should work as a primary healer on the team, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody else been experiencing that, but I like a little buff out of her. They buff Luna so many times or keep her so relevant. So just making sure that all the healers stay relevant in some ways. But anybody else, would you like to see a buff?
I said a tank, I said a healer. I'm gonna try to think of a DPS real quick.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing. I'd probably name somebody one from each category.
Yeah, think like one from each category, like top three. You know what I mean? As far as DPS, I don't really think anybody's underwhelming because I haven't really DPS'd. You know what? I got one. I got one. My main, bro, Storm.
I was gonna say that for mine, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't mean to steal yours,
Yeah,
bro.
you
My
good.
bad.
You good.
But great minds think alike, though, bro. So Storm. You've seen what I can do on Storm. You know what I mean? So like, she's great, but her biggest flaw is pretty much the same thing as Warlock. If we want to talk about mobility, is her mobility. And you'll have some people that say, "Oh, just use the movement boost. You guys aren't using it right." Even with her movement boost, she's still pretty slow.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, if she could get just some form of a buff, maybe give her like an extra lightning bolt, which is her R1 on PlayStation. Maybe give her like an extra one of those and increase her movement speed. Maybe buff the alt. I think the alt is still very good, but maybe just a tad bit buff it. That's it. That's all I had though.
Okay. No, that's a solid list. I think you pretty much said all of the people that definitely need a buff. I guess the only other person I would say is I still kind of feel like that Venom ult, even though I learned the combos and do it, I feel like it could be more game changing. And I've also in the later seasons been doing it more to change the game, but it's just like, it seemed like I don't know, it seemed a little underwhelming. So I would say Venom / Cap. Both kind of dive tanks, and people cried about the dive thing, and until the dive was only a certain thing if you had was a certain player. So just those two. I don't know what they're gonna do to buff them up even more. Maybe I would want to see Cap's ult maybe a little bit longer, or I don't know, do slightly more damage or something like that, so you can get a little bit more final KOs without even having to do the animation cancel all the time. DPS, I'm really trying to sit here and think. I feel like I would say Iron Man. I want to see more Iron Man. I feel like season 1 or whatever they started with the Gamma thing, he was great. He's great now, and you see some high level players with him. That ult just take too long sometimes. It's very blockable, very dodgeable. But you know what? Scratch Iron Man. Blade. I've been seeing some good blades. People been knowing how to use them and stuff like that, but he has one of the most horrendous ult. It's like, he'll say whatever the saying is, and you just take a step to the left and just looking at this bullshit. Like, what are you doing, bro? And I know it's all about timing it at the right place, but the map's so big, it's like, nah, I want his kit to be a little bit better. Maybe make his shotgun do more damage. Like, I want to see people be able to use especially with Deadpool. Like, Deadpool can use range and can get close. So just, don't take the sword and the shooting away from Blade too. Like, up him up some more as well. And then for strategists, I feel like strategists get a lot of love because of the strategist strike, and because it's a prominent community and Marvel Rivals, so I wouldn't say anybody needs really nothing too much. But you know, Warlock, like you said, you can't be a strategist in this game full of killers with no movability or survivability. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Warlock my vote too, because I want to play him, but he just too slow. He walks literally like for movement. It's like, all right, bro. People swinging around, flying, teleporting. I don't got time to just be trying to step to the side of the what you call it. But yeah, that's all my guess or my wants.
Yeah, man, that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. I definitely agree with you on that.
That's a bet. And then nerfing, I don't think nobody need to be nerfed except for people that get banned all the time. So nerf DD, I kind of brung him in hot, which is good to introduce a new character. But go ahead and nerf him so that people can actually get a chance to play him in comp. I want to see him in comp meta a little bit more. They've been letting him through, and it's a fun time when he's on your team. It's a fun time when he's not on your team. I just got an MVP with a rocket. He was diving me and just making him look silly and him trying to place the sonar on me. It was kind of a game of cat and mouse, and I think that was really cool. So just want to see more of him in the game without him being so OP. Just infinite swings and dashes. Like nobody wants to deal with that. All right. Without further ado.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Guang Guang here. It's great to be back with you all. After Locke's powers went wild and drained the Grand Garden, the crocodile portal they had just planted, which was the only way home for her and Gambit, withered away. Now, with the elders of the universe on their trail, Gambit has no choice but to take Locke to the one place he's familiar with in this strange realm, the Collector's Museum. To catch the returning thieves, the Collector has dispatched two of his top mercenaries, Deadpool and Elsa Bloodstone. But Deadpool's betrayal has thrown the entire museum into chaos. In Season 6, Deadpool joins Marvel Rivals. Deadpool is a...
Oh, you can't box a genius like me into a single
Hey,
class.
yo.
I'm versatile, baby. Hey, take a break, boss. Your new pal Wade will handle this one himself. We've gotten too comfortable with Guang Guang here these last few seasons. Now it's time for a little Deadpool here. Dear rivals, Deadpool here. I've heard all your non-stop complaining online about how the game needs more vanguards and strategists. But designing a superhero is a super stressful process. And poor Ji-Young has already lost most of his hair.
Oh, God.
So, I asked him to put me in the game early and take some work off his plate. Little did he know, I was messing with my code to give you whiners the best solution possible. So now, I'm a duelist. And a vanguard. And a strategist. A Marvel 3-in-1, baby! Okay, so I've got dual swords and dual pistols, so you can call me a duelist. Who wrote this script? Shots fired from afar, turning a mincemeat up close. And Colossus and Juggernaut will lose their minds knowing I'm going to be a vanguard first. Cause I've got a unicorn plushie to give out shields. Last but not least, my trusty pistols and katanas can now either deal damage to my enemies or heal my pals while I'm a strategist, because you all asked for me to be able to do that. Now, no matter which way you play with me, as the battle rages on, yours truly will level up, just like those nerdy RPGs, gaining XP and upgrading abilities till I become a true server admin.
Hey, yo.
Unlike other lamos, I charge up my ultimate ability faster depending on how fancy you fight. Then, all bets are off. Whoever receives my challenge, frenemies or even yourself, will be feeling more pressure than my colon after a dozen chimichangas. But depending on how they score on my ultimate test, I'll gain a big ol' buff according to the role I'm playing. How sweet is that? It sounds like I'm gonna be one hell of a playmaker.
Broken as
Well,
hell.
I don't know why anyone would ever play as any of these other losers again. Well, except maybe Jeff.
Good point. Maybe I should add Ziyong to increase all your cooldowns.
You know what? Forget what I said. I'm sure I'll blend right into your already impressive roster. Anyway, gotta go before I get nerfed. See you soon, kids!
That nerf is coming, buddy.
That's
Don't
right.
worry.
Deadpool will be a triple role hero in Marvel Rivals. Of course, in quick and competitive modes, only one Deadpool can appear on each side.
Whoa.
A new convoy map, Museum of Contemplation, will launch with the January 29th.
I'll usually let him cook, but I do gotta sit there and ask that question. What does he mean only one? So is it only one per match, or is it like the same thing they saying like you can't have? I mean, it's always been like that. That's why I just had to stop and ask that question. Like, what is he saying? Like, it's only one Deadpool per game? Because this is about to be crazy as hell.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he means like only one person per team, meaning like, let's say me and you match up, you're on the other team, and then I'm on my team. We both can pick Deadpool, but nobody else on our team can pick Deadpool. And I think the only reason why he said that was because people will probably get confused in regards to him being able to play multiple roles. Somebody might think like, okay, my teammate picked healer Deadpool, so let me pick tank Deadpool. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I needed that broken down. I was like, oh, wait a minute, like, because that's the normal thing. But that is good to explain that with him being 3 roles. Okay.
Facts.
Qui-Gon Jinn, go ahead and back and
Nice update. Can Deadpool have locked escape? What fate awaits the monsters lurking in the museum? Stay tuned. Times Square has been a fan favorite since it launched. In Season 6, we're introducing photo mode. Adjust your camera angle, choose your favorite filters, and capture those epic moments.
play.
After the January nice up.
Yo, you already know, bro. They feed to this fan base. They're nasty. I ain't gonna lie.
You already know.
They know how to make their money.
Mm-hmm. They gonna put more Gooner skins, and now you can take angle pictures on it. You know what you was doing, Guang. You ain't slick, bro.
And I hope they got rid of the Pim sandwich, because now all right, let me not even get people ideas. All right, here we go.
Times Square will also get a new area, the Clobbering Club. Change others to duels here, and if you spend a small amount of units, your match will be broadcast live on the big screens in Times Square.
Excuse me?
After 5 seasons, many of you have already reached load with one or more heroes. In Season 6, we are giving the hero proficiency system a major upgrade, so you can further showcase your skills. We are raising the cap for each hero and adding rewards like units, unstable molecules, lane plates, titles, lane play frames, badges, dynamic avatars, and more.
All right, I'll stop after every segment so we can kind of put our input in. We like 5 minutes into the video, but I think that's dope because that's another reason. That's a big reason why I stopped playing a lot of games that I was playing. It's like, what's the point of playing this game anymore, right? So they're just giving another reason for people to play and continue to play on their main characters and stuff like that. So I think that's dope. What's your thoughts so far with the 5 minutes in so far?
5 minutes in so far.
Yeah,
I definitely think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes in. Like, really, yeah, no, smack 5 minutes. All right, cool. Yeah, so with everything that we've seen so far, the main thing that grabbed my attention is definitely that ability to build proficiency after you've achieved Lord with the character. That's something that the community's been asking for a while. So, it just once again shows that they are actively listening to the community. As we get a sneak peek of what a Deadpool that might even be as Lord, that knockout prompt. Now that I'm looking at it,
Yeah.
actually, I can't tell because I doubt that's his Lord icon. So
Yeah, I hope
that
not.
looks that's his Centurion icon. I'm tripping. I see it. But it looks like it's moving. Well, all of them move. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm being slow.
No, that's cool. You going off of the picture, bro. Like, but you're right because they never had this before. Usually, like you get the KO notifications, you get a spray paint, and then you get the Lord icon. But they look like they adding a lot more different things to it.
Yeah, like I even see a title in there as well. That I wonder if those titles are gonna be gold, like the Queen Slayer, because I'm not taking the Queen Slayer off until they come out with other gold titles.
Yeah,
I'm not really pressed about titles like that, truthfully.
Nah, for real.
But
I ain't looking at them like that, but it's good to see. It do look good though on your title card and your custom. You know, I'm a big customization fan in any type of game and life in general. So the more customization, the better, in my opinion.
definitely, yeah, I'm right there with you. So, like I said, they really got me with the additional Lord proficiency. And just like you said as well, a lot of the problems with some games are, what's the point of playing anymore after I've achieved a certain level or certain rank or anything. So, I even found that to be the case myself. That's how I ended up being buns on Spider-Man was, not only did directly after I lorded him, they decided to nerf him to the ground.
Oh yeah.
But then, on top of that nerf, I felt no need to play him. So, now if I try to load up Spider-Man now, I'm getting, that comm chat is not too friendly to me being buns on Lord Spider-Man. So, what I mean? So, it kind of gives me incentive to want to get back nice with him or, any other Lord I may have potentially put down for a while. So, and, the Lord icons, some of them are mid, but a lot of them are dope. And I know Storm is one of my favorites. So, I can't wait to see what, she has in her additional proficiency kit. I might have to really start cooking back up on Storm again. So, it's cool. That's definitely cool.
Yeah,
And
I've been playing a lot of rivals, so I definitely feel you on that. Like going back and playing characters that you don't use after you got them Lord and stuff like that, and even playing them, I've been having to use them more. So when I use them, it's like okay, I'm not just using them because for no reason. I'm like I could have been using another player to get Lord. It's like okay, I'm still working towards something, but I'm sorry, I think I cut you off.
No, you good, bro. I was pretty much finished.
Okay,
I was finished.
yeah. So that's the 5 minutes in. The Times Square thing, we kind of paused and talked about the Guna thing on that, and Deadpool hijacked the interview in normal Deadpool fashion. And yeah, buddy, you're getting nerfed. That's all I got to say right now. You hijacking interviews, you're getting nerfed, buddy.
Yeah, he already asking for it, bro. Don't be surprised when that Deadpool nerf comes 3 months down the line. Cough, cough.
Yeah, it's crazy. But one thing he did say was Colossus and Juggernaut gonna be mad that he's the first Vanguard in the game before them or something like that, or he in the game before them. So if they drop Colossus and Juggernaut, they kind of listening to the fans. Like people been asking for this for a long time. So hopefully they drop Colossus this season too, because they drop 2 characters this season.
So if I think what they're doing now is, well, at least from what I saw, I don't remember her name, but the other character that's supposed to be dropping with Deadpool is going to drop in 6.5.
Stone Blood something.
Yeah. She's going to drop in 6.5, and Deadpool is going to be, this Friday. So they might be going back to just one character per season, but speeding up the seasons. I think that's how. I might be wrong. Definitely drop a comment down below if I'm wrong, and I don't mind that constructive criticism because I think I'm wrong. I think I'm right. I don't know, but
shit, it sound right.
I think that's what it is.
But I mean, that's definitely dope. Only thing I would wish, I would retort before I start up is like saying that I wish they would get to the nitty gritty a lot more. Like, okay, when they gave us Rogan Gambit, it's like, all right, y'all listening. Elsa Bloodstone, I had to do my research on who she was, type shit. So it was like, okay, she dope. You still got some of these people, but then again, that's the dope thing about Marvels and Marvel properties is highlighting some characters that you wouldn't know and then making them super dope. Cause people will tell you before the Iron Man movie that he wasn't the most popular character, type thing, and then look at him now. So, hopefully they get to the nitty gritty, but I'm still not mad at them introducing new characters to the fan base. Let's see what else they got for us in store.
Units, unstable molecules, nameplates, titles, nameplate frames, badges, dynamic avatars, and more. For Season 6, we've prepared a batch of adorable new accessories for Deadpool, Rogue, Doctor Strange, Blade, Squirrel Girl, Iron Man, Captain America, Daredevil, Black Panther, and Storm. This will be released with a new update.
Talk about these long. I do like these little plushies and stuff, especially when you lord a character. I just wanted to see what they had. So this look like Black Panther. They'll probably go for Storm. I don't know who that is. That look like a character for Doctor Strange. What the fuck is that? That's definitely Daredevil. That's a Electra, whatever her name is. Interesting. What is going on? Mr. Fantastic. They got an Iron Man plushie, a Storm plushie probably for Black Panther, and I don't know who that is. Oh, this is probably Squirrel Girl. Okay. Pretty dope.
Strange.
Any thoughts on the accessories?
No, I just feel like they're underrated. I definitely feel like they're underrated. I like getting the accessories, and depending on what you do in the match, they have certain animations and things like that. So, and they're not expensive either, and you don't have to physically put any money in to get those accessories. So, overall, I think they're a dope addition to the game. And I am curious to see what that Storm plushie goes on, but like you said, I'm almost for certain that's gonna go to BP. And when I use Storm, I'm probably gonna have that BP plushie for Storm. So yeah, it's pretty dope though. I like that. I like the Tony Stark one. That's pretty unique. But that's all I have for the
Would it be
plushies.
going on Tony because he a narcissist, or is it going on another player? Who knows?
Yeah, it would be nice, man, if they did that. The superior Iron Man skin, that's like super narcissist Tony. So
Yeah.
that'd be tough if it went on that one.
Okay. But yeah, they dope. I definitely like the
Blade,
animations when you get a kill
Squirrel
and heal or
Girl,
something like that.
Iron Man, Captain America, Daredevil, Black Panther, and Storm. This will be released with a new update. Starting with Season 6, we are giving factions in the Marvel Rivals Championship even richer rewards. Top factions will still earn cash prizes, while others at every ranking can now win different amounts of units, split among all members. Land plates and sprays will also be awarded to factions who make it to open qualifiers and actively participate. We've also completely redesigned the MRC nameplate emblems to cover more rankings, and this will be permanently saved. In Season 6, verified college students will get access to a new rotation of 10 costumes and MVPs. University students can verify with their education email to unlock these exclusive benefits. Now, I will hand it over to Zhiyong.
Okay, Marvel Rivals looking out and incentivizing people to go back to school. That's dope. I'm a little mad that y'all got it behind that, but I'm never mad at I'm pushing that type of thing. Shit, somebody give me their university email.
So I'm definitely gonna be hitting my homegirl up for her university email because trying to see what's up with some of them skins, man.
Yeah, that's dope. 10 of them. That's dedication.
Who will share the latest on Season 6 team up ability changes and balance updates?
Hey Rebels, I'm Zuyong. Season 5 is coming to a close and it's been truly unforgettable. We released lots of exciting new content and received passionate feedback from all of you. Season 6 is almost here, and as Guang Guang mentioned earlier, we are committed to bring you even more thrilling updates. Now, let me walk you through all the team up ability changes and balance adjustments coming your way. Penny Parker is the team up anchor. When this team up is activated, Spider-Man receives a web bomb. Once the bomb is activated, it starts a countdown. If Spider-Man throws the bomb before the countdown ends, it deals arrow damage and applies spider chases to enemies in the radius. If he does not throw it, he instead gains a web cluster charge and a small amount of bonus health.
Uh-oh.
Just to be able to heal yourself right there is OD. And that's good. And I'm glad they can add something completely new to the kit, but they need to do that for Hulk. without a team up. But that's OD. What you think about Spider-Man as a Spider-Man, man? I'll pause it right there.
Yeah, I am pretty excited for that though, because I was literally just saying like, the lore proficiency would be another reason for me to hop back on Spider-Man. But now that he has that team up with Penny, which I feel like they were long overdue for a team up anyway. But well, nah, because that team up was with Venom
Yeah,
technically.
OD.
They shared the team up with Venom, but
Yeah, Venom was the anchor.
yeah.
That's dope.
But that's pretty dope though, man, because he gets an extra web cluster, so that'll make it much easier. That's honestly that might be a, like fake OP. I'm not gonna lie, just because he gets an extra web cluster, or if you don't use it,
He heal
you can use
himself.
it as yeah, he can heal himself. So
So your
yeah,
your
man,
strategies
that's
could be buns. You could figure out a way to survive right there with that team up.
exactly. So
OD.
that's tough.
All right, let's see. I knew this was gonna be a team
Deadpool
up.
is
Love
the
Jeff.
anchor here. When activated, Jeff spits out a toy that sprays water around it, healing nearby allies and creating a visual interference effect for enemies in its area of effect. We are also bringing back one of Doctor Strange's previous team-up abilities in a new form. This will arrive in Season 6.5. The ever-burning bond is being put out and will be removed completely. Penny Parker is disconnecting from the Rocket Network.
Oh no!
Oh man,
You knew it was gonna have to happen.
In Season 5, we made bold changes to the overall game environment, aiming to deliver a fresh experience.
Alright, I guess that was real quick. I'm not mad at the rocket being removed or the penny being removed. It kind of was annoying. I think people were using it a little too much. And then it was getting certain characters banned. I don't think Penny should be getting banned like that. You know what I mean? But she was getting banned because of the team up. And Rocket still got the Star-Lord one. I think that Jeff team up might definitely help people throw the game less. Because I feel like we need more AoE healing type moves and stuff like that as well. Because it's 6 people and usually one character shoots out a string or something and it doesn't heal everybody. Gambit has been good with AoE and I like that team up with the toy just sitting there. Because them Loki totems had been starting. Well, they've been annoying, but they are also really a good healing tool as far as the bubbles and everything like that too. I really like that aspect when the healers really know how to utilize it.
yeah, nah, for sure though. That low key totem or rune or whatever, that's still, in my opinion, like that's probably one of the most exciting things for me. If I'm not healing and I see one pop up, I'm running straight to it. Like, oh yeah, let me get in that. So that AOE heals are definitely something to slept on. So it is good to see that they're trying to build on that dynamic a little bit more. And even just sitting there thinking about Jeff, um, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't look like they removed the Jeff and Venom team up. So he might also have the yeah, so he might be able to use both of those, which in that case, I mean that's even more nasty. That's even more nasty.
Yeah.
But my only concern about anytime they buff Jeff, it's a lot of throwers out there on Jeff or people who
Yes.
just don't really know how to utilize his kit in the most efficient way. And they make him look way worse than what he really is. And that's my biggest issue with the community when it comes to Jeff.
Yeah.
Because Jeff I have him lower, bro. Jeff is a great healer. I've seen people dish out 30, 35, 40K heals and still do, lead in kills or damage or not damage, but, still have like 20, 25 something kills, you know what I mean? And, just crazy numbers on Jeff. Like it's possible, but just, he's just almost too popular of a character and too many people don't understand how to use him. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword with that Jeff team up. But overall, yeah, these are looking pretty solid.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. You hit the nose. You kind of said it a little bit more extravagant, elegantly than what I was saying. But yeah, because I kind of didn't understand why people didn't like Jeff. Because I've seen you use him. I've been around a lot of great Jeffs, but I've also been around. I literally just dropped a video when a man paused. He swallowed me in his ult and spit me off the map as his teammate. I'm like, well, it's a lot of clowns on Jeff too. So, well, very, very well said. But hopefully, this get people act together because there's really no reason for him to be bad. and y'all not utilizing all the characters. Especially they still gave him that little puddle thing that he leaves the hill and stuff like that too. Like he just OD now. If you was in the right hands.
From the Rocket Network. In Season 5, we made bold changes to the overall game environment, aiming to deliver a fresh experience. First, with Gambit and Rogue joining the roster, their ability to grant ultimate charge acceleration or absorb ultimate energy led to new shifts in match pacing. Second, we buffed the stats or mechanics of most heroes, making regular combat even more intense. Together, these changes made ultimate-based teamfights more frequent and compact, transforming ability interactions from formulaic.
He said we're gonna get more ults. Let me just double check that shit. 1 second.
Together, these changes made ultimate-based teamfights more frequent and
Okay, he said from Season 5. Sorry.
compact, transforming ability interactions from formulaic exchanges to battles that test players' quick decision-making and battlefield awareness. As strategies grew in importance, they were not only tasked with protecting teammates and providing buffs or debuffs, but also contributing damage and even initiating team fights. Strategies' ultimates are no longer limited to counterplay. They can now be used proactively to help secure teamfight victories.
Always a thing though. I thought it was all about how you use and you manage your ults. Like I did feel like this season has been the ultimate like race, like whoever can get their ults faster. And you've seen them viral clips where it's like don't shoot anybody. This we trying to charge our ult or some shit like that. But I did feel like if you would after a while, if you were communicating as you supposed to, the counterplay was important and you could get through it. I just didn't like that. Some people, even DPS, they get their ult way too much. I don't want to hear World Stampede 80 times. I don't want to hear the Moon 80 times in the game. Cloak does not need to get her ult 80 times, but you can counter all those things. What's your thought on that as well?
Yeah, no, 1000%. I did see those viral videos as well where, you know, people were getting caught boosting and sitting there talking about don't shoot, you know, we got to farm all.
Yeah.
And, you know, people boost in the 2K community, boost on Call of Duty. They're going to boost, you know what I mean? But whatever we could do to mitigate that is always, you know, preferred because, you know, people that exploit the game, y'all are just losers, man. I remember, you know, back when we were coming up, like, if you cheated on the game, bro, you were like extorted from the community damn near, like, or you were just like completely frowned upon. Now it's just like it's almost like it's cool to cheat on the game, bro, or exploit or boost.
Yeah, they sell like gems or whatever in the GameStop with them little modded control. I don't even know what to call them joints, but they sell mods and all types of bullshit out the stores now. So yeah, it's definitely different times.
Yeah, man. Like the only cheating that was cool, like when I was growing up, was like the Game Sharks for the Game Boys or action replays for the DS, and you know, you had like the Pokemon hacks and stuff like that. Like that was cool, you know. But cheating on Call of Duty, you know, getting these, getting like these modded controllers for Call of Duty and 2K, like, and you know, boosting or whatever you're like, just exploiting games. Period on Rivals, like. That's just lame, bro, you know. But I guess overall, I hope that, you know, they just find that balance point, that middle ground as far as alt charging. So it's not too big of a problem because, yeah, Squirrel Girl, Moon Knight, Cloak and Dagger, and, you know, even this might be a rare one, but I've actually been going up against some good Mantises lately. I'm tired of hearing Mantis alt. You know what I mean? Yeah. So... but the number one alt, I'm pretty sure we all are tired of hearing this Gambit never fold. So, you know what I mean? I'm hoping that Marvel Rivals doesn't fold as far as trying to, you know, just keep the alt charge balanced as balanced as possible to where, you know, hopefully they can just find that middle ground, not building alt too quick and not building it too slow. You know what I mean? But honestly, I think building it too slow might be the better solution. In my personal opinion, it might be a hot take, but that's just what I'm thinking.
I feel like that's all I have. Skill. I don't think it's that hot, bro. Because like, bro, you could be winning a team fight by a lot, all 6 of your people doing good and then somebody pops an ult, which is what they're there for. But if they're there that often, it's like, well, is your team that good, or do you guys just know how to charge an ult? You know what I'm saying? It's for you to throw to turn the tables and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty fair. And it all would just, whatever they do, it just all would be adjustment, because I know that this meta and how it's going to continue to change and how people complain, but we'll see how it goes moving forward.
Looking at the entire season, most heroes saw their team dynamics shift after their buffs. For Vanguards, Groot and Magneto were standout frontline defenders. Groot's wooden walls, now that they provided unstoppable, let him strategically block enemy strategy sidelines to cut off healing or stay safe while gaining unstoppable, making him more versatile. Magneto, empowered by his Gambit team-up and double bubbles, gained significant survivability and offensive power. Penny Parker also dominated on certain maps. For mobile Vanguards, Angela remains powerful. Newcomer Rogue and the reworked Thor also performed well. Devils like Venom and Hawk found it harder to threaten the backline as strategists became stronger solo fighters. Therefore, heroes like Angela, Thor, and Rogue, who can split the battlefield and disrupt enemy formations, become even more effective in actual matches. For duelists, Daredevil, Hela, Phoenix, Star-Lord, and Winter Soldier stay highly competitive due to their strong stats and flexible team fit. Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Mr. Fantastic, Wolverine, and others noticeably improved compared to previous seasons. Iron Fist, Spider-Man, The Punisher, and Namor all had excellent performances in certain scenarios. We also noticed that some assassin-type heroes struggle against strong strategies Balak due to the meta shift. Finally, strategists. Gambit was the top pick this entire season. His utility, solo ability, strong damage, and healing made him the most dominant strategist. Loki was the best partner for Gambit, whether as a strategist duo or in a triple support lineup with Mantis. Ultron, after getting 2 jewels in Season 5.5, became a solid pick. Conversely, strategists who rely heavily on team support or whose ultimate abilities couldn't keep up with the aggressive tempo found themselves struggling to make an impact in the fast-paced meta. For Season 6, our goal is to further intensify regular combat by weakening the solo strengths of some strategists and boosting certain mobile heroes, so backline fights become more balanced. For Vanguards, Hawk and Captain America will be buffed, so they can better fulfill team roles in the new environment. Doctor Strange will have improved mobility and damage, making him a greater threat to nearby enemies. Angela, who faces low risk thanks to her flight and shield, will be slightly nerfed to balance her matchup experience. For duelists, Daredevil will be appropriately nerfed. Iron Fist and Blade will be buffed, so death duelists are more balanced
Blade,
overall.
yes, Iron Fist again. Oh shit.
Namor will become less reliant on his team-up ability.
Yes, he's a fucking team-up merchant. Oh my god.
Which will be turned down, but his base abilities will be strengthened. For strategists, Gambit's regular combat power will be reduced, while his ultimate will remain strong offensively. His healing output will be lowered. Invisible Woman's Guardian Shield and self-healing will also be appropriately nerfed. For Cloak and Dagger, World of Light Force and Terror Cape will now share charge counts, giving players more options based on the battlefield situation. This isn't everything. Please check our upcoming balance patch notes for full details.
We'll definitely do it, and I think they got it more specifically with the balance notes and stuff like that. But right off the bat, you kind of predicted some right stuff. Cap and Hulk is getting a buff. So go ahead and talk about the buffs and the nerf now. Oops, if I can find it. So Cap is getting a buff. He talked about a lot of good stuff from the last seasons and stuff like that as well. But Cap and Hulk getting a buff definitely needed. I think Hulk needs a rework. I don't think it's a no amount of buffs unless he gets a crazy health tank or something like that is going to help the problem because he just doesn't have enough utility. I'm curious to see exactly what the Cap buff is. They didn't really go into details in this video, I guess. The Angela nerf kind of hurt my feelings a little bit because it's like I never even tried to play Angela as much, but I don't think she was that crazy. She's annoying on certain people, but that's the best she is type shit, I would say. So I feel like nerfing her kind of puts her out. I main Strange now. He's really fun. One of the funner Vanguards that I was on, so that's pretty dope. That he's even stronger. And then this is definitely dope. This is 2 of your DPSs right here. And then they did Namor. So I'll let you take the floor from here.
All right, yeah, man. So I know the both of us are definitely looking forward to that Hulk buff, but just like we both said as well, I don't know what they did to buff him, but I don't really think that a buff is really going to fix him. I think he needs a complete rework. Just like you said, because a buff isn't going to stop him from getting consistently CC'd unless they give him some form of immunity to CC like Groot has. In my personal opinion, if Groot can have some CC immunity and the Thing,
come on, bro,
why can't the Hulk, bro? I mean, let's just be realistic, man. But as far as the Blade and Iron Fist buff, I got both of them on Lord. I haven't really used either. I haven't used Blade since I got him on Lord. So when I used Blade and actually Lorded him, that was straight, just regular Blade. That was before any of his buffs. So I haven't used him. He's been getting buffed nonstop, honestly. So, I kind of do want to dibble and dabble. I might. And also, Blade is another character, now that I'm thinking about it, that I now have a reason to take him out of Lord retirement because, the whole extra proficiency grind thing. So I might Blade out of retirement and, see what he's working with this new buff and Iron Fist as well. I really only bought out Iron Fist if I know you're a Strange main now, so I hate to say it, bro, but I see a Strange, bro, especially if he's solo tanking. Yeah, if I see him solo tanking, if I see a Strange solo tanking or even a Mag or a Hawk or a Thing, those are my go-tos if I'm on Iron Fist. I'm all Diddy. I'm riding the entire match, bro. All Diddy. Like I'm riding the entire match. Like I'm straight tank hunting on Iron Fist. So to know that he got a buff as well. I know some people were not too happy about him being specifically made as like a tank buster. They think he should be like all around or something like that. We just got to keep in mind that season 0 Iron Fist, when he was all around, was completely broken.
Yeah,
so
he just one of them characters that if you do completely unlock him, make him all around, I think he's just too much of a problem in the balance game. But I don't mind seeing a good Iron Fist on the other side. It's really fun. Even like I said, Daredevil and stuff like that. Like I kind of as a main Vanguard welcome the challenge of a tank buster or someone that does high damage because it forces the team to fight and do certain things the right way and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't want to see him kick everybody's ass, but at the same time, I do know it's good for the game. And I did try to start picking him up even more because I play from a mind of a Vanguard, so I should be able to shred Vanguards as well. Who else? Namor is a team up merchant. I don't think I mentioned that. I tried to pick him up a little bit too because I think he's really good for those dive situations such as Iron Fist, right? So if I told my team, you went Iron Fist, I told my team members, yo, go Namor, he should be able to hold you off or have some type of defense system without relying on getting the extra squid from killing somebody from Hela or something like that too. So I mean, I think that's why it's good that they do and they nerf and they buff multiple characters because hopefully they're looking and they got some type of calculation. I'm not a game developer to where it's like, okay, this makes a balanced game. I don't know how they just pick and choose what they're going to pick out and not.
Right. Yeah. I do wish we could have maybe like a closer insight to see how exactly they come up with the
Right.
numbers and percentiles for nerfs and buffs and things like that. But so far, I mean, everything's been fairly
Or
good,
will become
you
a
know. So
Yeah. I was just trying to
let's
play the video.
see.
Mm. No, you good. Keep talking. I was just trying to give you some background things so we could look at the thing.
Oh no, that's all I had, bro.
Okay,
That's all
bet.
I had.
And then the two strategies I guess we didn't go over Invis and Cloak. Well, Cloak getting a buff is kind of like topsy turvy. She's one of the most picked strategies in the game, and she has a very insane ult. And I believe that she can win a 1v1 fight with anybody, escape and do all that. I think that she probably did not need to be touched, but I got the patch notes up to see exactly what it is. In just a second, I'll put it up on the screen. And then Invis getting the nerf is just from all the babies whining and stuff like that. Like she was hard to kill, but she's Invisible Woman. Like some characters should be like that in some aspects to heal the game and stuff like that. But you can figure out how to beat her and stuff like that as well. So we're gonna see exactly what they nerfed on her. And then I think he had like a minute left of the video.
situation. This isn't everything. Please check.
Okay, we did finish. Okay, so we'll check it. Shout out to Ziyong and Guang Guang, and even sitting there, they could have did subtitles, but even sitting there, you know, talking in English, trying to read and fucking telling us what's going on. I do appreciate them. Can you see the so these are the patch notes right here. You should be seeing it. Destructoid. So it looked like Captain is getting a reduced vibranium energy saw. Let me just double check. You can see? Yeah, I think it looks like it's
All right, yeah, we good. We good. I can see now.
yeah. So we reduced vibranium energy saw cooldown from 8 to 6 seconds. That's pretty cool. That's the move when he throw his shield. It shouldn't be 8 seconds throwing your shield, especially how people fly and do other stuff. So taking 2 seconds off is pretty great. Doctor Strange is interesting because that Maelstrom of Madness is such a great move to finish, and they look like they're turning the damage up a little bit. So that's my favorite thing, is just to explode, pause, and be getting the kill. This is a new effect. Cloak of Leviathan, recasting during uses now, interrupts the ability, preserves current movement speed, and allows for new movement input to change directory. I don't really know what they mean by that. Emma Frost, increased energy gain. Hero hits from 10 to 12 seconds. Sentient hits from 15 to 18 seconds. Shield hits from 5 to 6. Okay. Upgrade. Don't think she needed to be touched that much. I just think it depends on the user that was good. Now, for the moment of truth, Mr. Hulk. Reduce Hulk Incredible Leap minimum charge time from 0.5 to 4 seconds. Maximum charge time from 2 seconds to 1.7 seconds. So you can jump furthermore and charge the jump faster, which is cool. I don't think that his jumping was the problem. I feel like he could jump with ease. And in Hero Hulk form, reduces Gamma Burst cooldown from 8 seconds to 6 seconds. Is that this clap that he does? And increase projectile damage from 70 to 75, which I believe would be the Gamma clap. And then the last
Yeah, I
one
think
is
that is.
he is immune to. He's only CC immune and to launches and knockbacks when he's in Monster Hawk form, which, like we said, doesn't really fix. So, and just so I'm gonna give you the flow after this, just to go through the nerfs for the Vanguards. Angela has a reduced shield value from 350. Okay, that's not bad. That's not a bad nerf for her. What do you think about any of these? Oops.
What I really think, I think with Doctor Strange, I'm just with you in that boat. I don't really understand what the second the cloak of levitation, what that new effect is. We'll just have to see that in game. I don't really understand what that's supposed to do. Now I've used Strange and I started using him. I put him down pretty quick. I kind of got bored with him, but yeah, he was definitely fun. I was TP techniquing and everything, getting a whole bunch of laughs. People still fall for the season 0 technique, teleporting them off the map. But yeah, I don't really understand that. I don't use Cap, but you explain Cap for me that that basically his shield throw cooldown decreased for 2 seconds. That's pretty solid. It should have never been 8 seconds either. That is wild.
Yeah, that's
That's
OD.
wild. So Emma for us, yeah, I've been hearing people cry so much about her getting constantly nerfed. Like she's still not one of the best or top three, arguably, tanks in the game. So I guess they got tired of the crying too and gave her a tiny buff. I don't think it was needed, but I don't think it's that much of a buff as well. She just gets more energy, which I think is that little bar she has that can go up to 100%. So it shouldn't be too bad. And Hulk, I mean, the jump, like you said, that wasn't the issue either. I don't think the jump was the issue at all. But at least I will put some positivity in this. As far as his jump, at least that on paper looks like in theory you should be able to dive in and dive out much more efficiently. So I'm hoping that is the case.
And Gamma
But
bursts his shields because I'm remembering playing him now. He goes Gamma burst, and there's like a fucking green bubble around a few different people. So okay, continue.
oh yeah, it is. I see it. Yeah, because it reduces the cooldown to 6 seconds,
That's pretty
and
good.
now the projectile damage is goes up to 75.
Okay.
So that's cool. But truthfully, like, I mean, it's a start that Monster Hawk is at least now CC. He should have been CC immune, if we're being honest. But
Come on now.
I think the first character that actually was CC immune was the Thing. So, it's a start. It's a start. He still needs some more buffs, but it's all right. And Angela's nerf as well I don't feel was unwarranted or unnecessary. It's just right. I'm not going to complain about it. I just started trying to use her, and she's not hard, but she's not easy either. It's really more so about aiming, but you got to aim like her dash attack, the displacement. Like once you can just get used to just displacing the heroes or healers where you need to, then Angela's pretty solid. So once I get tough at that, I might run Angela a bit more, and I don't think that nerf will really, affect me in any way. So that's about all I have for those.
Definitely want to see more Angela song with you, and that's definitely good breakdown of all those characters and how they even fall into the hierarchy of the game. Now we go into Duelist. Black Panther increases Spirit Toss damage from 45 to 50. He gains 50% damage reduction during Bass Descent. I do not play Panther at all, so I couldn't tell you how good or bad that is. Blade, when wielding Hunter Shotgun, thank God. Daywalker's dash new effect slows enemies by 40% for 1.5 seconds. Increase second hit damage from 20 to 50. Okay, he's stronger now. When wielding ancestral sword, Daywalker dash new effect remove slow effect from enemies and apply 8% healing reduction per strike from 3 seconds. Reduce damage from 15 to 8 per hit. Reduce pellets fired per round of Hunter shotguns from 12 to 11. Damage fall off now starts at 15 meters. Was 20 meters. Damage drops to 50% of base. Was 40%. Okay. I mean, it seemed like he got stronger and couldn't do a little bit more based off of that. It get a little bit complex with the numbers there. But what do you think about, let me get through Iron Fist too. Blade and Iron Fist once I finish. Increase Jet Kundo's 4th strike damage from 30 to 35. Increase Dragon defense from 1 to 1.2. They gave him 0.2 seconds. Okay. What you think about them two?
All right. So I think that Blade's buff look really good. Honestly, I'm actually very surprised that they buffed him to that degree because, like I said, I got him on lore when he didn't have any buffs, and I felt like he was a bit underwhelming. But you know, didn't think he would buff to the point to where he's at now. So I am pretty eager to use Blade and to get my hands on the buff to see exactly how it goes. And in regards to BP, I tried to use him. So the season I actually used BP was whatever it was the season right before the Flyer meta, right before Ultron came out.
Okay.
And actually got all right with him. How I started was I would only use him in bot lobbies that wasn't from matches. And I was starting to learn him a bit, but that was obviously before he got nerfed and had the trail that followed him and everything. And now he got nerfed to the ground. And they call him the tickle monster. All the memes I've seen them all, but his ult is definitely underwhelming. So
Ben, I hated that.
I hope that buff, yeah, his ult is very bad, bro, especially for DPS. So I hope that does him somewhat of justice. And when it comes to Iron Fist, let's see that fourth strike, because that fourth strike always did more damage. But to know that now that's going up to +5 is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And the now his parry gets an extra 0.2 seconds, which isn't that much, but I guess that's enough. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Iron Fist too, though.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna run through the rest of these. Daredevil, which is just a bunch of reductions, which is good. I mean, just net to nerf him down. He could do a lot of stuff. So he could reduce his double chains high damage range from 80 to 75. Reduce double throw single projectile damage from 32.5 to 30. Reduce furry gain from Devil's Latch when grapple a surface from 2 to 1. Okay, don't know exactly how that adds up, but seemed like he's getting a lot of reduction in movement. That's pretty great. Changes in Namor. Reduce aquatic domination time for a single charge from 12 to 10 seconds. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what aquatic domination is. Is that his shield? Increase default monstro spawn health from 100 to 125 and damage from 17 to 18. Yes, the squids became tickle monsters when he by himself. So I'm glad it went up a little bit. Increase enhanced monstro spawn damage from 11 to 12. So his squids are getting damage, and it looks like his aquatic domination is going from 12 to 10 seconds. For it to charge back up. It should be something because that keeps him alive. You shouldn't be having to do it like that. And the bubble ain't that long, too. So I think that's pretty dope. Cloak and dagger buffs, what you call it. Reduce dagger storm healing from 55 to 45. New effect when a spell field is created. Allies in range get one-time healing of 60. Okay, one-time healing. Veil of Light Force and Terror Cape adjustment. These two abilities now share a charge, capped out at 2 with each 12 seconds of recharge after using both abilities. Now, with them sharing the charge, I thought it would make it like damn near a nerf, but I don't play her enough to kind of fully understand that. And then we got some nerfs here with the strategist Gambit. Damn, reduce big easy impact healing amount per explosion from 25 to 15. I think that's when he slammed his paws. This sound crazy. I'm gonna say staff though, his little bow staff to the ground. And that was a pause again, crazy finishing move. So that's pretty dope. I remember when I started using them, I was just whacking niggas with the pole. Reduce rage and flush healing from 75 to 55 seconds. Okay, good, because that's the thing. And then bridge boost bounces on a single target are now set to a maximum of 2. No, that's bullshit. Could have went 3, but he can't heal everybody as much as he was. You keep him up. Reduce guardian shield value from 250 to 200. Reduce shield restoration after reclaiming from 42 to 34. Reduce guardian shield healing to invisible woman from 50 to 25. And then rocket reduce movement speed during a wild crawl from 10 meters to 8 meters. Do anything stand out for the strategists or the last few characters that I went through?
Oh, let me see. Namor. We went over. Well, no, you went over Namor. Yeah, you went over that already. So as far as a strategist, okay, Rocket got a buff. I had to reread that because I thought that was a nerf. Nah, they said it's a nerf.
Yeah,
that's a nerf.
It's a good nerf though, because I just won
Oh.
MVP in the comp match just based off of the movement of Rocket type shit. Like if you get on that wall, that man is running faster than most of the roster, and you can't catch him. So I think they talking about that wild crawl. You can only it only goes for a few seconds less now, and I don't know how it's going to go, uh, but his movement speed is reduced during wild crawl, which is insane. Like if you get on that wall, that little nigga is scurrying. And
Okay,
running
okay,
like
okay.
normal. So it's a bad nerf in ways, and it's a good nerf because I know that a good rocket is going to make somebody look silly. Um, Doing that, and it's okay that it only went down 2 seconds because I feel like you can still get away with the 8M. So I don't even know what the metric is there, but I feel like the 2 seconds there is not going to make a difference on how small and little you are to get up on a wall and get the fuck out of there. And that was pretty much season 6. Only other thing that I could look at, which we've already been going for a little bit, is the battle pass, but I guess we'll see that when we get there. So any other closing remarks or anything that you would want to talk about with the rivals?
Closing remarks. I'm just gonna stand on that. I'm calling it now. It's already happened before he's even dropped. Deadpool has not only broken the fourth wall, but he has broken Marvel Rivals. He's broken Ranked. He's broke Quick Play. He broke the roster. He broke Guang Guang. he broke the community, man. Deadpool, I feel as if they truly cooked with the name as hype as Deadpool the way it needed to. They took a lot of time and effort out into his kit. I can't wait to see how he is used and, when what role he excels in best, but I honestly also feel like that depends on who's using him, which is the beauty of a character like this. So, and I also wanted to point out, I believe you alluded to it earlier as well, that in regards to hero shooters, this is the first time that, a character has been able to play all 3 roles ever. So, once again, Deadpool has now broken history. So, you know what I mean? This is, this is definitely a crazy season. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm also a bit skeptical of it because I'm scared to see what these lobbies are going to look like with Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
But overall, my plan was to get back into rank this season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to wait until the dies down. Yeah,
That was my closing remark. That was my closing remark right there. Is the kind of piggyback off of you is like, I know he's gonna break the game. I just don't know how hard he's gonna break the game or when he's gonna break the game. And I am gonna probably take a break because last season I think they just implemented the placement matches. I think it was last season 5 or whatever. I know they 5.5 and stuff like that. And I'm actually going to wait and just wait for the first few weeks or the week or two before I play rank. Like I'll play quick match and all the other stuff and still get my skills sharp. I definitely am gonna grind ranked again, see if I can get even higher than I was. But just learn my lesson knowing when a new character drop in the beginning. It's going to be straight anarchy in Deadpool fashion. When he drops. So that's just all I got to say about it. Like I know he's going to break the game. I just don't know how he's going to break the game. And I know it's going to be people throwing the game. I just don't know how people are going to be throwing the game. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see, man. But there's been another dope one. Got about like an hour and 20 of footage. But they got, shout out to the Marvel Rivals team and everybody that's, been doing a good job. This game is like a year old. And you guys are keeping it alive somehow. So, I appreciate that. And hopefully it stay alive and, the right things continue to happen. But, I'm Big Dog Dion. You can find me on all platforms, on music, content. Big Dog Dion, a dog pack ENT. And then I got my homie Slice on here. And let them know where to find you, your different pages, gang, and everything like that.
Appreciate the shout out, bro. Appreciate you having me on as always. Yo, it's your boy Slice. If you like what I had to say, like, I cover things or etc. Or you even just like, how me and Big Dog work together, you know what I mean? That's Big Dog, bro. Every time we get together, it's a banger, you figure me. So you can go ahead, check me out over on my video game review channel. That is at The First Slice. You figure me. I'll be uploading a version of this as well over on that channel. And my other channel you can catch me on is Slice Anime. You can catch me over on there. I'm trying to hit my goal of 100 subscribers on there. I tried to hit it before 2026, but I got a little lazy on the content I should have been making, and was just sticking to like one upload a month on that one. So I'm gonna be a little bit harder on myself this year when it comes to that channel. So you can expect a lot more content. Right now it's just mainly Boruto 2 Blue Vortex content, but I will be branching off to other animes and manga as well. So I got a lot in store for that channel. So if you like anime, you like me, you might as well tap in. So those are only 2 channels I got to plug. Just tapping with your boy, and that's pretty much it. You can follow me over on Twitch as well. Slice, but it's spelled SLXC33.
Yes.
And actually, if you go over to my Twitch, I got all my links tab or a direct tab right over to my Discord. You can join at the Discord. You can, Dion's in there.
Shout out to Cuddy Court.
Shout out to Cuddy Court, man. Shout out to Cuddy Court. Shout out to all the Dyson Daniels in the chat. You figured it out, me. I mean, we got a lot of Dysons over there, so that's just what it is, man. Really dope Discord, really dope group of people in there, dope individuals. I got self-promo channels to where, if you're a content creator yourself, you can put your stuff in there as well. We all show love and equally support. Got a whole bunch of channels over there. You can stay updated with your boy Slice on all given platforms. You get notified from every single platform I have if I make a post. So that's pretty much all I appreciate you for having me on again, bro.
Nah, same, bro. That's dope.